Hello everyone, this is Rishabh Singh. I'm a legal intern at Lexis and Company. Today I'm going to discuss about the National Security Act 1980. Thousands of economically weak section and below poverty line citizens are dying on the streets, in vehicles, hospital compounds, and in their homes as well as a result of hospital bed hoarding, adulterated COVID-19 medicines, black marketing of medical equipment such as oxygen cylinders, and massive pro-filtering in the sale of life-saving injections such as remdesivir. So these activities should be regarded seriously, and those responsible should be held accountable. A petition was recently filed in the Supreme Court to use the National Security Act against the stockpiling, pro-filtering, adulteration, and black marketing of COVID-19 necessities such as medicines and equipments. Therefore, in this video, I'm going to discuss about the National Security Act in brief. The National Security Act is a preventive detention law. Preventive detention involves the detainment of a person in order to keep him from committing future crimes and from escaping future prosecution. Article 22, Section 3, Subsection B of the Constitution allows for preventive detention and restriction on personal liberty for reasons of state security and public order. Article 22, Subsection 4 states that no law providing for preventive detention shall be authorized the detention of a person for a longer period than 3 months, unless an advisory board determines that there are adequate grounds for detention for a prolonged period of time. The 44th Amendment of Amendment Act of 1978 lowered the length of imprisonment without seeking an advisory board's opinion from 3 to 2 months. However, because this provision has not been implemented, the original 3 months term remains in effect. A person can be held for a maximum period of 12 months. However, the period can be extended if the government discovers new or fresh evidence. A person might be detained for 10 days without being informed of the charges against him. The individual may appeal to a High Court advisory board, but he'll not be permitted to have a lawyer presenting him during the trial. However, there are several concerns about the abuse of this law. According to Article 22, Subsection 1 of the Indian Constitution, an accused individual has the right to consult and to be represented by a legal practitioner or a practitioner of his own choice. Section 50 of Criminal Procedure Code states that anybody detained must be notified of the reason of his arrest, and he has the right to bail himself. However, none of these rights are available to an individual arrested under the National Security Act. The government has the authority to keep a material secret if it believes that disclosing it would be detrimental to the public interest. So this was all about the topic. Thank you so much.